Never, never, never die. Never die.
Fuck you. All right, it is Friday. It's 10:34. I got to go to work in a little bit, and I'm still not even ready for work. But it is what it is, so I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend for Friday. And this is what I want to say today. Oh, before I get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank Blackstone Labs for sponsoring me, sponsoring this podcast. And you can get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. That is 20% off your entire order, blackstonelabs.com, B2the4thpower at checkout. They have protein, pre-workouts, branched chain amino acids, nootropics, fat burners, you know what I'm saying? They have energy, things for energy, focus, all this stuff. Go check out their supplements. I like them. I use them. BlackstoneLabs.com, B2the4thpower at checkout. That's 20% off your entire order. Also, to C&H Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. Look, you can get all your concrete needs taken care of. Look, patios, driveways, walkways, foundations. Look, whatever you need that involves concrete, they can take care of that. C&H Concrete, all their information in the notes, in the bottom. Go check them the fuck out. Just mention the Angry Dad and get that free estimate. All right? Now let's get into today's podcast. This morning, you know, this is something that I've gone through. And like I said, this is going to be a touchy subject. People ain't going to fucking want to hear it. People don't want to fucking deal with it. These are the kind of things that it's a struggle to be a man. And people are like, what do you mean a struggle to be a man? Look, there's two types of people in this world. There's men and women. And, you know, there's good and bad. There's shitty and crap piss people. And there's good people. All right? And this is what I'm going to say. But the thing is when two people get together and they have a kid, you need to understand that, guess what? You know, you're here to raise this kid, and, you know, not all people are on the same page, and so it is what it is. You get people that divorce, people that separate, people, whatever their fucking situation is, you can fucking leave it up to your fucking imagination. But understand that I've been through that process, and it fucking sucks. All right? It fucking sucks. All right? And like I said, this is just like a motivation, a mindset. A podcast to put you in the right frame of mind that you need to be in. Because, you know, I live in California. California is a not-fault state when it comes to divorce and all that fucking bullshit. And that's the thing, though, too, is most people don't understand. They don't get it. You know, the courts and all that stuff, it is a little lopsided. It's more favored to a woman for the kids than it is for the man. And it's unfair. And 100% is. And it's going to be the same propaganda you hear from everybody fucking else in this world. I'm talking about, look, if you're a father, the courts are against you. That's just how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like, well, he makes all the money, the woman does this and takes care of the kids. Well, guess the fuck what? That's not always the case. That's not always the fucking story. And in my case, look, I understand. People need to understand that I had to fight to get my kids. It took a long time, a long process. I lost my kids for an entire year because I was threatened to have the cops called on me if I showed up to come see my kids. And so guess what I couldn't do? See my kids. And then it was used against me. Well, he never came to see his kids. He missed his kids for a year. But also, too, I had to mention it in my court paperwork saying, guess what? I wasn't able to see my kids because this is what was said to me, and I had to take it serious. And you know what? The reason I took it serious is because if I get arrested, I get in trouble, or I put myself in a compromising situation, guess the fuck what happens? They go with her and not with me. It sucks, but you have to play it smart. You have to do it smart. Look, when I lost my kids, when I got my first divorce, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the fuck was going on or any of that fucking bullshit. All I was told is, you need to file these paperwork, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm fucking like back against the wall. How do I fucking do this? I'm not a fucking smart person. I'm not a great person. I have a hard time reading. I have a hard time writing. I fucking can't spell. There's a lot of things that I can't do fucking right. But the thing is because I'm the kind of person who understands, gets it, works it, tries his hardest to be the best at it, whatever he can. So that's what I did. That's how I put my mindset to this. I went to the self-help, which I always recommend. If you're going through any kind of issues, any kind of problems, any kind of fucking questions you need, every court has a self-help desk. And guess what? There's a lot of people doing really good there. And all you got to do is speak to them, talk to them, tell them what you need, tell them what's going on. And because guess what? They'll point you in the right direction and help you every step of the way. Easy as fucking that. But the thing is they told me, you know what, take these classes. Go to this seminar. Why don't you go to the court, watch them, and watch the judge. See how the judge talks to everybody. See how the judge is with everybody. And guess the fuck what? It's going to give you a feel of what it's going to be. So you're not nervous. You're not fucking overwhelmed. And this is the kind of bullshit that you're going to deal with. And you understand that. It's a yes, no, yes, sir, no, sir. You know, your honor, whatever the fuck it might be. That's how it goes. And so these are the things that I did. These are the things that I went through. These are the things that, you know, it's a process. All right. But eventually, with mediation, all this stuff, all these allegations are made against me to make me look bad. But what I learned is you don't feed into the allegations. You don't feed into any of that bullshit because guess what? They're not there. Mediation's not there. The court's not there to, to make you seem to be a bad person. That's not the case. That's not what you're there. They're not there to prosecute you. They're there to help you, mediate what needs to happen with the kids. And guess what? That's what I learned. That's what I understood. And when I went in there, the first thing I learned, the first thing they taught me is, look, you're not here for anything else. You don't need to bash the other person. You don't need to talk shit about the other person. All you need to do is I'm here for my kids. I'm here to be with my kids. I'm here to take care of my kids. And I'm here to do whatever it takes to do that. A lot of times when, I know how I felt, and I felt it was like, fuck, they're going to go against me. They're not going to help me. No one's going to do this. No one's going to do that. But guess the fuck what? They only see what you let them see. And if you go in there cool, calm, and collective, you go in there smart, you go in there with no weight on your shoulders, as in, I'm out to get this person. No. They see that, they take that in consideration, and they understand, like, look, this guy's not here to bullshit around. This guy's here not to fuck around. I'm not here to pick on anybody. All I'm here is to get the facts straight, get my kids, and be on my fucking way. And I just recently, like I said, someone came up and, I'm hearing this stuff and they're like, I don't know what to do. They're threatening me with the kids. They're going to take away this and this. And I feel bad. I feel sorry. And it fucking kicks the gear in my head because, look, I have all this information. I have all this knowledge because I've been through this fucking process more than a few times. All right. And I still go through the process as it is. But the thing is because I've been through the process, I know what to do. And I always want to make sure that I tell the knowledge, I give the knowledge, I show the knowledge that, look, don't go in there blindly. Don't go in there upset. Don't go in there thinking the world's against you, because it's not. You just need to go in there confident. You need to go in there with respect. You need to go in there and make sure that you get your point across in a kind of way where you're not yelling, you're not screaming, and you're not sitting there feeding into anyone's negative energy. Because I've been in that room where negative energy and it's blown up in my face. But the thing is I don't do that. I don't need to do that. No one controls how I feel. No one controls how I talk. No one gets under my fucking skin. All right, when it comes to this. And the reason is because I'm cool, calm, and collected. I understand what I need. I understand the purpose of what we're doing. And I'm not here to villainize anybody fucking else. Only thing I'm here to do is to make sure that I get my kids, I see my kids, and my kids are with me. And this is what I want to put out there. This is what I want. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel that this is the end of the world. You don't know what to fucking do. Guess the fuck what? There are so many avenues for help. If you can't afford it, guess what? I couldn't afford it. I had to file all kinds of paperwork, stacks and stacks of paperwork that were daunting. But the thing is I didn't have to pay. And the reason I didn't have to pay is because I was in a financial situation. That financial situation helped me not pay, but it also helped me do the paperwork. You got to sit down and figure it out. You got to sit down and put your fucking nose to the books and get it done. And there is nothing you need to read. There's nothing you need to do. The only thing you need to fucking do is make sure you fill out the paperwork. And after you fill out the paperwork, this is the best fucking part. You can go back to the self-help and they'll make sure that you filled it out right. They'll point out your mistakes, let you know what your mistake was, and you can correct it regardless. I spent days on end in that self-help every single day, getting all my answers questioned, making sure everything was right, because if I didn't cross my T's and dot my fucking I's, I could have lost it all. All right, and when I mean lose it all, my kids. And that's not what I wanted. I needed a game plan. I needed to figure it out. I need to get this shit done. And I want people to understand. I want fathers to understand. We have rights. All right, I love my kids and I want to be with my kids. I'm not a shit fucking dad. I understand. There are shit fucking dads that just bounce out, don't take care of, and all about them. But there's also good dads. And just like everybody else in the fucking world, you cannot label us all under one fucking label. All right? Because people fucking do. People think that. People fucking, they don't know my struggles. They don't know my situation. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know that I had to go through all these hoops just to make sure that I can see my kids. All right? And just like that, all right, what would you do to see your kids? What would you do to go through this situation? What would you do if this shit was happening to you? You would do whatever it fucking takes. When you're a parent, when you're a father, when you have these children you love and you raise, and someone's sitting there threatening to take them away from you, all because they're upset. That's not fair. All right? And it's not fair when it's lopsided like that, because this person's upset, so I lose out on my kids. My kids lose out on me. It's supposed to be even. All right? Regardless of whatever toxic relationship or whatever the fucking issue or problem is, motherfuckers need to take themselves out of that and understand it's all about the kids. And it's a hard fucking thing to do because people do that shit. I've done it. I've fucking had my issues. I've had my fucking problems. I've been through all that fucking bullshit. But the thing is once I figured it out, once I got the angle, I was like, you know what? Why am I letting this dictate my life? Why am I letting it make me miserable? Why am I letting this shit get to me? All right? And then I had that epiphany. Fuck that person, fuck this shit, and I could give a fuck less what they're doing or how they're doing it. All I know is I see my kids, I get my kids, and I'm happy. That's what it's about. That's what this shit is a fucking all about. Don't let people fucking do these things to you. And when I mean do these things to you, act out of your character. Compose yourself. Be smart, all right? Just like you would do anything else in this world, think about it. Plan it, protect it, show it, work it, refine it. Make sure that people fucking stand. All right? That's what I'm fucking talking about. Like I said, when I hear these things, when I hear these situations, when I see these things on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that, man, they're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just trying to be a good father, and I'm not letting that happen. Or that's not letting it be happened. All because someone wants to fucking sit there and accuse you of all this bullshit that's never fucking happened. All right. And guess what? That's the great thing about California. You can accuse everybody all you want, but you have to be able to prove it. All right. And most people, well, I got text messages, I got emails, I got this. Well, guess what? You can have all you want. It doesn't mean a hill of beans. In California, if it doesn't come from a doctor, it doesn't come from a firefighter, a paramedic, a fucking police officer, whatever the fuck you might be, a teacher, someone of importance, it doesn't mean jack fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? I can say all the outlandish things about you all I want, but I have to prove it, right? And that's the thing. If you can't prove it, it doesn't exist. All right. And people want to say all this shit all the fucking time. Like, yeah, hey, well, he does this and he does that. Well, was he arrested for it? Did he go to jail for it? Is there some kind of shred of evidence for it? And that's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? After all the bullshit that I went through, if it doesn't, like I said, it's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me upset that people fucking try to take kids away from their parents. All right. Especially when they're trying to be a good parent. You know what I'm saying? And it always seems to be the good people that get fucked over and the fucking bad people get it all. Isn't that the weird fucking part? Why the fuck is it like that? It drives me fucking nuts. All right? I hate that shit. I fucking hate it with a fucking passion. It hits close to home because I went through all that and I don't want no father to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of good dads. I know a lot of great dads. And, they don't get the recognition they deserve. They don't get the recognition they need. But the thing is that's just how it goes. But understand that you have abilities, you have rights, and you cool, calm, and collective. Understand that. You need to make sure that you get that. When you're in these kind of situations, when you're in these tight situations, don't let no one else dictate how you feel, act, or talk. Be who you are. Be confident. Make sure you go into these things level-headed, because the more level-headed you are, the most likely the other person is going to be flipped the fuck out and make themselves look bad. Like I said, every time I hear it, every time and I'm always constantly reaching out to people when I see this shit happening. Because when I see this shit happening, I'm like, look, I'll help you. I'll talk to you. I'm going to give you a pep talk. I'm going to let you know exactly what's going to go on, what's going to happen, step by step. Because the courts, they have a program, and the program goes step by step by step by step. It doesn't deviate. So, you know what I'm saying? Like like I said, it's just something that I'm passionate about. Something that I just cannot stand seeing anybody go through. And guess the fuck what? This is the Angry Motherfucking Dad. Enjoy your motherfucking week. I'll see y'all motherfuckers on Monday, unless Monday's a fucking holiday too fucking bad. You want to watch this shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want to listen to it? Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. All that bullshit. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Come on. Go check it the fuck out. It's the Angry Motherfucking Dad. Enjoy your motherfucking week. I'll see y'all motherfuckers on Monday. Fuck.